There we go. Wolverhampton Wanderers have beaten Fulham 1-0 this evening at Craven Cottage. And look, football can be a cruel, a harsh, horrific game to watch at times. And it has been that for Wolves this season. But sometimes those moments, last kicks of the game, when, your team go, down the other end, and after all that pressure in the second half, we managed to get a great finish from Adama. Somebody who, I don't think anyone in that team deserves a goal more than Adama, especially after his performance today. The relief, the stress, it lifts off your shoulders is unbelievable. Now, look, it's Dave from Talking Wolves giving my thoughts on tonight's win against Fulham. Be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Starting lineup today, we saw an unchanged team from the 3-2 defeat at West Ham. Of course, raised a few eyebrows, but it was Patricio in goal. A back four of Ryan Ainouri, Cody, Sace, Nelson Semedo, a middle two again of Dendonka Neves, Neto, Pedence, Traore, and Willian Jose. And guys, as always, let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section. But a game where it was scrappy. Both teams knew they needed to win. I was going to say for different reasons, but it wasn't. Both really just don't want to go down. Fulham really in there at the moment. They're really struggling. It's between them and Newcastle really. And Wolves needed a win just to get the relegation word from out the back of our minds really, because it was creeping up on us, and a defeat today would have obviously sent Fulham just 6 points behind us. But today wasn't great. I mean, we saw, even when Neto was on the pitch, it didn't stick. The ball was poor. No, everyone was very panicky. It was almost hot potato on the ball. Wolves tried to keep it. We tried to play, but because Fulham had such disciplined structure and lineup, it was almost going to be impossible to break them down. As we've seen with Wolves under Nuno over the last number of years, we just haven't been able to break those teams down. And then, of course, Neto getting an injury. Looks like it may have been something that he picked up on the international break. He had a strap around his knee as well. Went down a couple of times, in the end was brought off. Intriguing substitution by Nuno. He could have so easily kept that same shape, maybe brought Vitinha on and shoved Pedence out wide, or even Morgan Gibbs-White on a lot earlier. But he went with Matinho, shored up that midfield, and obviously brought another man back. But the issue is with that, we just played so deep again and defensive and just invited pressure. But I'll talk about that a little bit more shortly. But the first half was by no means a classic. Neither side really threatened each other much. And of course, we finally got that breakthrough. Just that little bit of quality. I think Pedence at times, possibly due to lack of match sharpness, was a little bit scared to sort of, push the button sometimes and test Fulham. And eventually he did a great ball into the area. And we know with Willian Jose, if and when he's in the right area, you get that ball at that right height, he's going to bury them. It's a fantastic header from Jose. I was so happy for him because we know it's been a difficult time for him. It's been a difficult time for everybody, and for him to get that goal was huge. And as soon as you think, you've got the lead, they start drawing those lines. And once again, you could repeat any video. I think we've been quite fortunate with VAR decisions this season. But, of course, we all had a big opinion of it last season when we were in the grounds and so on, because we didn't have a clue what was going on. But today, it's bull, isn't it? It's a load of rubbish. Level for me, absolutely level. If you think it's offside, I think you should stop watching football. You're not a football fan if you think it's offside. It's still not exact. It's not to the frame. You don't know the second Semedo touched that ball. How quick does Pedence's arm stick out? If anything, it's rubbish. And unfortunately, that's the day we the life we live now with VAR. But for me, it's rubbish. It's not enjoyable. I would have said the same if Fulham had scored a goal. I would have said we really got away with that if it was the same circumstances for Fulham. But second half, I thought, that VAR decision was going to go either way. We were going to let it get on top of us and have a poor for second half, or we're going to go out and try and prove a point. It ended up a bit of both, but predominantly we looked really, really poor. I don't understand why against one of the weakest teams in the league. I don't know what it is with Nuno. This season, I think, not much now to play for. Just trying to play it safe, grinding out results. It's not great to watch those. So disappointing the way we sat deep, invited pressure. Obviously, Nuno had almost gone with quite a narrow formation, and you would think the wing backs bombing on a little bit more. But even Aït-Nouri and Semedo played it quite safe with their runs. But I've said it last couple of times, we need to get Adama the ball more. As soon as he finds that inch of space, he will take advantage of that. Fulham did quite well, I think, to restrict Adama today. They had Congolo playing the left side of the back three, who had a good game. Anderson, I think it is, who's been looked at by some big clubs. Some of his passing range, especially in the first half, was phenomenal. But a lot of the time, even Anthony Robinson did quite well to down that left-hand side. Possibly Fulham go down someone for Wolves to keep their eye on, playing a back five system. But yeah, they suffocated Adama at times and made it quite difficult. But you look at the chances Fulham created. Loftus-Cheek had a half a chance in that first half. They didn't really have any other golden opportunities that they should have done better with. But all it takes in football is 30 seconds or a chance, and that's what we did. Fabio Silva coming on the pitch once more, getting himself about, taking on players, and plays a phenomenal ball through to Adama Traore, who at that angle you can do nothing but blast it. He catches Areola out of position slightly and puts it into the back of the net. I cannot believe he's found the back of the net from there. And I can tell you now, I don't know what the rest of Wolverhampton, the rest of the West Midlands, or the rest of around the world was like if you're wearing a Wolves shirt or you're a Wolves fan. But that felt good. It was some serious emotion. I think everybody knew how significant that could be. And a massive 3 points for Wolves overall. And he worked really hard today, Adama. Out of position slightly, playing up front. But I think he worked hard. He wanted to prove his worth. And a phenomenal finish from him, and it's fantastic finally to end that goal drought. So many accounts on social media and pundits jumping on him for that. And hopefully now this can kickstart the rest of his season against some favourable fixtures. It's not going to be easy, but some favourable fixtures, and hopefully we see him get some more goal contributions between now and the end of the season. But a massive 3 points. Guys, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend. The final word will be out right after this video. The Fans React will be out tonight. And Sunday, an exclusive interview with Matt Jarvis, former Wolves and England player. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Stay safe, and come on you Wolves.